Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. So we all respect, pay our respect to the Buddha and Dharma and Sangha. Also the teachers who taught us in many ways. Okay, that's the very important things. You know what? When the Buddha got enlightenment, okay, just after his great enlightenment, so the first lesson that Buddha showed to the world is gratitude. Like paying respect to someone that you got something from them. So gratitude, you know. So it's like, of course, this story also connected to today's discussion. It's like just after his great enlightenment, he was doing meditation, okay, concentrated meditation, samadhi. Actually, during this, 7 days, that Buddha was thinking, reflecting about what we are discussing nowadays. That is called the Paṭiccasamuppāda or Dependent Origination. So here what I want to say is that, Buddha did the meditation under a certain tree, right? So later on it's called the Bodhi tree, okay? We call it now as a Bodhi tree. But it was like just a tree in the forest, okay? It was just a tree in the forest. So Prince Siddhartha, so he was looking for the truth and he did the meditation, and on certain day, then on that day he got enlightenment or he became the Buddha. So that means Buddha means actually like awakening or realizing or liberation, something like that. So most of the times we say is awakening. So Bodhi, then actually that certain tree become, came to know as Bodhi tree. So the important thing is that it says Patamang Bodhi Pallankang. There is one stanza in Pali, it's called Patamang Bodhi Pallankang. That means Buddha was spending certain time period showing his gratitude and reflecting Dharma that he have realized. Okay, and the first thing was he was looking at the Bodhi tree, this tree, thinking like how helpful this tree is. This tree helped me in many ways. From the rain, from the sun, sunshine, and also from the dust, or in the night shelter. That was the only shelter, right? Rukka Muli. So now think like being a Buddha, paying such a wonderful gratitude to such a trees, and how important it is to show gratitude to our teachers, our parents, our friends, our relatives in many ways. So this is actually I always emphasize is that Katanyo Katavedi Puggalo Dullabo Lokasmi. That means it is very rare to see the people who who they show their gratitude to the people that something done for us. So in Buddhism it's very, very important. It's very important. The teachers, the student take care of the teachers, and teachers they take care of their teachers, something like that. Now for example, if you take me like this generation, so who was my teachers? Then my teachers and his teachers. If you go like this, actually we connect with the Buddha and his disciple during the day of him. Okay, so the very short message is that we always start anything paying our respect to the Buddha, that is as a gratitude, saying that this wonderful Dharma taught by him. Otherwise we are still in the dark because of ignorance. So today's discussion is about the ignorance. What is that ignorance means? Okay. All right. But before I will say only few words. This slide. After this slide, we will move to the page that I have given, because that is a sutta. We will go through this discussion. So last time we tried to chant it, but we couldn't have the materials, so we couldn't go through it. But today is very good for us to go through it, and from today on, we will go one by one, like one by one. There's 12 links, and we will take each link for each weeks. Okay. So just to know, so what is the keywords here is actually avijjā. Okay, this is the Pali terms. Okay, or in Sanskrit we call this avidya. Yeah, avidya or avijjā. So simply means ignorance. Of course, there are many other translation like not knowing, non-knowledge, something like that. So it is opposite to the vijja. Vijja means the knowledge. So that is another word, the paññā. Paññā means wisdom. Okay. So in simple way, ignorance is the not knowledge, non-knowledge. Okay. Or ignorance is opposite of wisdom. And our task is to generate this wisdom. Okay. Our task is to generate this wisdom, or by eradicating all this so-called the ignorance. Okay. And of course, with the ignorance, there is another words always come is called the clinging. Okay, according to Buddhist understanding, as we know, we are in the samsara. What does the samsara means? Like the repeated, the births and death. So endless. According to Buddhist understanding, the understanding or the acceptance of so-called the concept of, it's not the concept of phenomena, it's called the like samsara is very important, because everything starts from there. Samsara, karma, and karma pala. That means the human being suffering the samsara, and that is based on what? Based on this avijjā, and another word is called the clinging, attachment. Okay, so there is the differences actually. What is the ignorance? One is the tanha. So when we discuss actually all these topics come interconnected. Okay. There is difference, but when we look deeply, these are interconnected. Okay. So ignorance is not only just not knowing the things, not having the knowledge. It's not like that. It is not like, for example, there are so many things that I don't know, but that is lack of knowledge. Yes, but that is not the ignorance. What the Buddhism means by using the term so ignorance, so avijjā. Okay, so now here we have the difficulties like the translation. For example, now you know the dukkha, right? The term dukkha. So we have many translation for these words: suffering, dissatisfaction, miserable, so many words. But if you really look into deeply these words, so-called the dukkha, it's still difficult to find the real meaning of it. But however, all this translation can be what we call the dukkha. Okay, so there's suffering, dissatisfaction, miserable, so many words like that. So likewise, again here it's like that. Translation is the thing. So that's why. So here on, whenever I will say avijjā, okay, so you have to come to know that, you have to reflect, you have to try to know that it is about not only the things that we don't know in the mundane world or day-to-day life. Okay, we are not means that. For example, I'm a Buddhist monk, so I don't know about the vehicles, I don't know about the business, I don't know about the logic. Means there's so many things that we don't know. But that is not the ignorance. That is, yes, we should know it, we should learn it, but there is endless such knowledge. Unfortunately, actually, ignorance, the other meaning is that we are looking for something and we go for it like without ends and going on, try to know everything, and we somehow in the trap. That is also a kind of clinging plus ignorance. So what does ignorance means? We will see here according to Buddhist understanding. So here's that very true. So according to Buddhist understanding, ignorance is very simple way not knowing about the Four Noble Truth. Okay, Four Noble Truth. There is a Four Noble Truth. We will talk about it. And because of this ignorance, or because of not knowing this Four Noble Truth, we go through this samsara, and we change, we take the different form, but still in the same circle, so called the samsara. Okay, So with this slide, I just want to say only a few words like this. The term so-called the avijjā, okay, the popular translation is ignorance, and this ignorance is not just lack of knowledge in daily life or mundane life, okay. This avijjā is not knowing about the Four Noble Truth. That's all. Now here on we will move. So now before that, I would like to, and of course, because of this ignorance, we go through this samsara. Now how we go through samsara, or what are the things after the ignorance come up, we will talk about. So to talk that, I think it's very important for us to see its root from the original text. So please, can we go through these materials? Because this is the sutta. Of course, again, like there is many sutta or discourses in the Pali canon which talk about these 12 links, okay, and the formation, I mean the formula of them, like the how they start, how they ends, the inside, there is sometimes difference, okay. Some of the like these 12 links started with the like birds. For example, now when we will come here, like when the Buddha was reflecting about what to do, like about the dharma, then he was like, okay, why human are suffering? Oh, he realized, they are because they are born. Why they are born? Oh, because of clinging. What makes them clinging? It's like, in a way, like it started from the birds, and it's like at the end it's because of ignorance. And what is the reason for the ignorance? I mean, what is the cause for ignorance? Ignorance also a cause for itself, ignorance. So ignorance of ignorance. That is also one way. So this 12 link is not like the line. It's not the line. It's like the circle. It's like the circle. So it's like always. So this is a chain. Sometimes it's called like chain. So somewhere we have to cut it. And last time we had the question. So how and when? So actually the best answer is, the realistic answer is like from now. So wherever you are, whenever you are aware that suffering is going on, you suffer enough, then you may need to start, okay, this is the time that I may need to work for this. Okay, so let's go to the suttas. So this sutta is third one. You see the udana. You have the, okay, we have that here. So you see the udana, right? Upon awakening. So udana means like just after Buddha's, the enlightenment, these are some joyful words. There is some joyful utterance. Okay, udana means joyful utterance. So Buddha, and also there was many other disciples, after listening the dharma from the Buddha, they have like, wow, so marvelous, so good. Like we as like when we don't know something and we learn about it, then people figure, oh, this is the why, this is what happened. Then there is a kind of joy. Then there is some kind of utterance. There is sample words or expression. So such kind of joyful expression is called udana. So, and this is the text actually belong to Khuddaka Nikaya. Okay, Khuddaka Nikaya means that is a section of the Tripitaka, or the Buddha say. So Tripitaka means actually the Buddha's words recorded, and it has three Sutta, Vinaya, Abhidharma. The Sutta means the discourses. This is under the section of discourses. Again, the discourses also divided into 5. Okay, so this is the last ones, and that is called the Udana. So the first under this section, Udana Vagga, the first sutta is like first awakening sutta, and second is second awakening sutta. Third one is third awakening sutta. And why we had 3 formulas? It's because Buddha, after his enlightenment, he was reflecting these 12 links from the beginning to like ends, from the ends to like the forward to reverse, and also like from the middle to beginning, from middle to last, something like that. Okay, so this one is the third one. So third one is about anuloma patiloma. Anuloma is forward, okay, and reverse, like why we suffering and how we can end suffering. Okay, this is the way of thinking. So let's read together. Try. Evaṁ me sutaṁ ekaṁ samayaṁ bhagavā uru velayam viharati najjā neranjarāya tīre bodhi rukka mūle paṭamā bi sambuddho tena ko pana samayena bhagavā sattaham eka pallang kena nisinno hoti vimutti sukha paṭiccasamuppāda. So this is what? Pali. This is Pali. Is it difficult? Yes. But as I said last time, imagine the Buddha was speaking this Dharma in this language. So, yes, we are fortunate to learn Buddha's teaching, but we are unfortunate to see him like physically. Of course, Buddha said like those who want to see me see the Dharma. So we are seeing the Buddha through his Dharma. Now imagine like, okay, Buddha is there, I'm in front of him, Buddha is preaching, and he using like that evaṁ me sutaṁ ekaṁ samayaṁ bhagavā, like this way. So this is the language. So this is how you need to motivate yourself not to struggle with the language. Okay, especially this kind of holy or so-called like a spiritual language. Okay, so this is the Pali language. I mean, scholarly, in and outside of academics, we already believe that these are the language that Buddha was using to preach his Dharma. This is called the Mahagadhi. Mahagadhi means the country or the region in India. So this Pali also known as a Magadhi, the language of the people who are living in the place so-called Magadha. Okay, the Magadha is the place in India, okay, where it says people was using this kind of dialects. So Buddha was using this. Okay, that is the different ideas how this Pali language come to be, and and what are the things. So let us see the meaning. Evaṁ me sutaṁ. So without looking the like just translator, let me give you some general idea. Okay, evaṁ me sutaṁ. Thus have I heard, or this mean I heard like this. Okay, I heard like this. Ekaṁ samayaṁ bhagavā. Bhagavā means here the blessed one, the Buddha. So ekaṁ samayaṁ. Eka means once upon a time. Okay, uruvelayam. This is the place name. Viharati is the place he was living in the Uruvela. And Najja means here river. Neranjarāya means Neranjana, rivers. Tire, at the bank. Bodhi rukka mule. Bodhi, as we said, Bodhi means here the tree. Rukka means the tree. Mule means at the foot of the tree. What kind of tree? What the tree? Bodhi tree. Paṭamā bi sambuddho. Okay, in the first period of his attainment, that is called the Buddhahood. Tena ko pana samayena, at that time, Bhagavā, the blessed one, sattaham. Okay, sattaham eka pallankena. He was sattaham means 7 days. Eka pallankena means cross-legged, the cross-legged, like sitting like this, cross-legged. Nisinno was sitting, Hoti was sitting. Vimutti sukha paṭiccasamuppāda. Here vimutti means freedom. Vimutti means freedom. Sukha means happiness. Samvedi means is like enjoy. So when we come to the positive, like paṭiccasamuppāda, he rejoices. So in a simple way. So this was, of course, this sutta was reported to the council, to the other monks by a venerable called Anand. Okay, a venerable Anand. So he said that, okay, I heard that once upon a time the Buddha was living in Uruvela, near the bank of the river. The river name is called Niranjana, at the foot of the tree, just after his enlightenment. So there he was doing meditation. Okay, he was like experiencing his, this Buddhahood in a way, like doing meditation. Like we will come there, meditation. So that's the way. So let's read what the says. It's like, thus I have heard, in the very grammatical way, at one time, the glorious one. Well, it is like the Buddha. Okay, this is another one. It's like the Bhagava. The Buddha was dwelling near the Uruvela on the bank of the river called the Niranjana, at the root of the awakening tree or Bodhi tree, in the period of in the first period after attaining his Buddhahood. Then at that time the Buddha was sitting in one cross-legged posture for 7 days, experienced the happiness of freedom. It's clear? Okay, then let's move. Atta ko bhagava tassa sattahassa acchayena bhaga tamha samadimha buddhahitva rattiya paccimang yamang Paṭiccasamuppādang anuloma patilomang sadukang manasa kasi. Yes. So now this is some action. So he was like in a very meditative way. He was concentrated. He was rejoicing. The awakening. After such a long time, he now finally got the Buddhahood, enlightened. He realized the truth. So he was enjoying in it. Okay, in a very mindful, in a very meditative way. Okay, so now this happened. Then with the passing of those 7 days, okay, 7 days, the Buddha, after raising from that concentration, that means Attako, then Bhagava means the blessed one, Tassa means that, Sattahassa, that's 7 days. Okay, that's 7 days. Acchayena, after passing of that 7 days. Okay, Uttahitva, from, so he rose from the he awake from that meditation. What kind of meditation? Tamha samadhima, from that concentrated meditation, concentration. Okay, so it's like, so he was in the cross leg, he was rejoicing the freedoms, the freedom of awakening. Okay, then after 7 days he was awake from that meditations, like he opened his eye. Okay, then now it says he did something like that. In that day, okay, in that day night, Ratya Paccimang Yama. Ratya means at night. Okay, at night. Paccimang Yama, at the last watch of the night. Okay, in the night, he was directing his mind. He was thinking. He was applying his mind to think, reflect something. That is the so-called dependent originations. In what way? Anuloma, forward. Like as we said, we will go like what is the forward system and what is the reverse system. It's like from the beginning to the ends, and from the ends and its cessation. In other way, how, as we said, how the suffering start. Imagine like you have lots of struggle. Okay, now we had lots of struggle, and finally somehow you are able to now see some kind of lights there. Now there is now all the overcome difficult situation is going on. Now it's going away, and now you see there's light. There is a possibility for you to like sit down and see the situation going well in the coming days. Then you was enjoying that moment. Yeah, it was very tired, but finally I managed it. Okay, then it's like Okay, so here is like how, so you're like, yeah, you know, this was happening because of this, and I did this, that's why I was able to overcome. I mean, it's imagine like this, something like this. It's very joyful, right? It's very joyful. That's why these utterances are, you know, the recorded in this so-called the udana or utterance, joyful utterance. Okay, and then how? So here we said that so he was reflecting or applied his mind thoroughly to the, you know, the dependent origination in forward and reverse order. Okay, now let's go to it. So he was thinking like the third one, iti imasmin sati idang hoti imassupada idang uppajjati imasmin asati idang na hoti imassa nirodha idang nirujjati. So let's stop there. Let's go one by one. So he was thinking, then now when he was doing like directing his mind with this enlightenment, he was like, oh, this thing happened because of that things. And if I able to overcome this, and I also overcome too from that. In other way, this is happening because of that. When this ceased or ends, and that will not come or that will not arise. So this and that, what we will see here. Okay, this we will see in the coming, this and that. In a way, why suppose like why there is a kind of uncomfortable situation, you know, feelings. Sometimes in our daily life there is, I mean, there is nothing happen, but somehow we feel like very uncomfortable. Like then you can actually recall your mind. Okay, and just calm down, take a few deep breath, and see what reflect actually what's happened. Why I'm feeling like this? Instead of following the feelings, if we can observe the feelings, if we can, you know, observe this feeling, it is the actual way where we are going to stop that kind of uncomfortable feelings. So in that way, so once you realize, I mean, without any kind of subjective, you know, like this and that, you will see actually, okay, this is some kind of, for example, there is some kind of guilty. Okay, like I feel very disappointments. So why? Oh, this feeling is because of that feeling. And if I did not do that one, or if I could able to you know, overcome or like to stay away from that things, maybe today I don't have to go through this, something like that. So it's like mentally reflect about your thoughts. Very important actually. Like make a pause, like stop for a while. Sometimes we see in our life there is no way, there is no one is wrong, there is nothing wrong, everything is okay, but there is somehow something wrong in our mind. And at that time, instead of trying to find the like solution, like in a very physical way, like the like fairness or cause and condition behind that, in a way, if we really can just stop for a while and yes, we have to find the cause and condition, but with awareness, real cause. Oh, I'm feeling this because of that. Then you will actually come up certain things. Then also, if you think, okay, from next time, if things are coming like this for anger, for example, then I will try to manage it, because I know that yes, with anger I said something, but now I'm feeling very unhappy about it. So next time when I'm going to face such kind of situations, it's better to aware about the situation instead of, you know, following that, you know, trigger. Okay, this all coming will come only when we stop for a while instead of running. The life all is rush, you know, like, you know, going busy, rush, push. So someone's like behind us, so we must go that, like that, or someone taking us. So sometimes we need to have a not only physical rest, also mental rest. It's very important. Mental rest. We must have to have mental rest. Just observe. Don't have to find out real cause, because there are so many things happen which have the cause, plus there is no cause sometimes. The cause is ourself. That is like how we perceive. I think that's why I'm, this and that. But instead of that, there is actually no cause sometimes. For example, there is one sutta where Buddha was talking like sometimes uncomfortable situation or feeling also can come in our mind or rise in our mind because of the weather. So now can you blame to the weather? Yes, we do. But how come? How long we can do so? So now are you going to complain about it or trying to understand the situation and adjust yourself? That's the best way. Adjust yourself to find out what is the best way to deal with these kind of things. Okay, so let's go with the next. Did you remember where we stopped? Yadidang. Very good. Yes, that's how I want. Yadidang. Yes. Yadidang. For example, that yadidang means for example, for instance, or in this way. Okay. Avijjāpaccayā saṅkhārā. Saṅkhārā paccaya viññānaṁ. Viññāna paccaya nama rūpaṁ. Nama rūpa paccaya salāyatanaṁ. Salayatana paccaya passo. Passa paccaya vedana. Vedana paccaya tanha. Tanha paccaya upadana. Upadana paccaya bhavo. Bhava paccaya jati. Jati paccaya jara maranam. Soka parideva dukkha domanassu upāyāsa